A picture is worth 1,000 words, and a style code can write that story in a second. My name is Nolan, and here are 10 of my favorite Midjourney style codes. And as a special thanks to you for supporting my channel, there is a free catalog of style codes for you to download in the description. I chose 10 of them to highlight here, and I apologize if I sound repetitive in this video. Let's get started with look number 1. I like to call this Citrus Shadow. To get a look like this, you're gonna write --sref at the end of your prompt, and then code 23383128888. Some of these numbers are going to be pretty long, and that's what the catalog is for. And this code will give you this amazing green, yellow, and black color palette. It can be a lot of fun to add a little bit of chaos, and I have to stress, try this in every aspect ratio you can think of. Try all of these codes in every aspect ratio you can think of. You really never know what you're going to get and how the bot is going to interpret your prompt. Like, that's so cool. Ooh, that's awesome. Amazing. I'll also try to add some extra tips in this video, like don't forget about the tile parameter. This will create a seamless pattern, and that can be really powerful when you combine it with style reference codes. Like, that's so cool. Style number 2, I like to call this one Mechanimal. It is code 802013997. And just look at the texture and the heaviness that this code provides. I actually couldn't believe it when I first saw it. I think these are just incredible. Is there a way you could get this look by just writing words in a prompt? Maybe. And if you know how, please let me know in the comments, but using this code is just the quickest way to get you to this result. Oh, I'm in love. The look is so Promethean, very alien, very Ridley Scott, if you will. But also that hint, that accent of orange light, oh, that's so fun to look at. When it's contrasted with the dark blacks and grays and that shine of the metal alloy, I can't get enough. This works great for murals or statues. Like, that's so cool. And I think it's awesome for environments. I asked for the sunset so it brings in that orange glow, and then it's got the metallic movement over the rest of the scene. And don't forget about Style Raw. You're gonna get essentially the same look, but it will be slightly different, and it's kind of hard to explain what that difference is, but you might like it a lot more, and that's why it's important to try it out. Whoa, that's intense. Code number 3, Sliced Prism-Pop. This is code 17971600075. And just look at the bright colors this brings in. Even though it's a very narrow color palette, I think it's still so beautiful and striking. Like, that is the prettiest picture I've ever seen. I don't think I'm exaggerating. Okay, maybe a little bit, but still. And when you add some chaos, you really can get a lot of variety. So much fun. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that so much. And another feature or parameter that I want you to consider is Midjourney. Again, you're gonna get similar looks, but take a look at the difference. It's same, but different. And to be honest, in this case, I think I like Niji more. Like the look of these two cats here. That's a lot of fun. Now let's try code number 4 with a bit of a different look. Use the code 447371442 for what I like to call Arcane Echoes. This is a very intense 1980s fantasy novel book cover look. Maybe something like that. And to be honest, one of my favorite things to do with a code like this is to use void prompts. That's where you just put some random symbols like 2 quotation marks, and you really get to see what Midjourney thinks of that style. Basically the true essence of the style code. And look how intense and dark and heavy these are. Dark as in subject matter, not necessarily color palette. Like, what? Look at that. These are pretty wild. Have fun. Okay, you gotta try this code. 719436999. This will get you the neon noir vibe. And oh my god, does this one just speak to me in some really weird way. I don't really know why I like it so much. Maybe it is just the intense colors, but it's also the contrast and the atmosphere it brings. But also the subject matter, which will turn any prompt into these really aggressive looking images. I think that's like the nicest way of saying it. Like, look how intense that is. And the prompt is just Batman. That's how simple you can be, and that's how much you can get out of it with the right style code. Ooh, Harley Quinn looking dangerous. And then another fun thing you can try is using these style codes with a character reference. We have our character here with the style code, and this is what we get. That's her in the neon noir look. So much fun for exploring, so much opportunity for striking visual imagery. Like, look at that. Is that not safe for workplace? Am I allowed to show that in a YouTube video? I don't know. Again, I don't want to sound repetitive, but that is so cool. Honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised if I placed this next code at number 1. Try 630428851 for Sunlit Shadows. This will get you a yellow and black color palette, but that contrast and that glow in the exact right spots, oh, it's so beautiful. And trust me, try this in different aspect ratios. I mean, coming across this code, it just opens your mind to so many possibilities that you would not have really thought of on your own, because it is hard to put this kind of style into words. When you're describing something as evocative as this, you're going to come up with more general words to describe the overall vibe. And that is why a picture is worth 1,000 words. It's because the visual imagery, the striking colors, they really do speak for themselves. And it's hard for the English language to keep up with what the vision is saying. Like, whoa. Oh my god, that would be so cool to have that on your desk. That would be amazing. That one too. Wow. It's almost like a cel-shaded look. Like almost in some of those. And then another fun thing you might want to try is including the weird parameter. Now I don't really recommend this often, at least, but if you are going to use it, make sure you bump up the style weight parameter. And that's another thing you might want to try, increasing the influence of the style code using --SW, and then a value between 0 and 1000, with 100 being the default. So if we're including some weird parameter, I suggest going all the way up to style weight 1000. And that will make sure at least some of the color palette comes through in the generation. And you know what? Maybe this had a good shot at being my #1 style code. 685631590. This will get you the Emberline look. And just wow. I love the color palette, the orange and the green, amazing contrast, but the subject matter, how this transforms your prompt, is really special in my opinion. And it's kind of appropriate for Halloween, the October vibe, if you will. And I actually found this code by exploring some sticker options. Like, look how fun that is. And then when you apply it to an environment, spooky. Like, look at that. Look at the POV, the camera angle, the way the shadows cut off at the top, and the dynamic, intricate detail of that environment going down the hallway. Like, whoa. And look at this. Like, oh my god, that's the coolest Batman I've ever seen. I would line up to buy and read a comic book that looked like that had that character, that interpreted our world in that way. I can't get enough of this. I can't say enough good things. Is so cool. Even that's a little different, but still amazing. I love the roughness, I love the movement, the energy that's in the generations. There's always a lot going on, there's always a lot to look at, and it's just a feast for my brain. Like, look at the outline of the koala and the contrast from the background, and that design of the branch. Oh, so cool. Ooh, big fan of this one in Niji as well. Don't forget about that. I swear all of these could have gone #1. You gotta try 13731757778 for Gothic Grace. What this code does to any prompt is so unreal. That matte gray color palette that it paints over your picture, oh my god, I can't get enough. If I could see a TV show that looked like this, I would be in heaven. Like, that kind of darkness does not get old to me. And then I gotta show you these superheroes that I prompted for. This is what a TV show could look like. So we have Batman, Wonder Woman. Oh my god. Whoa, that's incredible. And then Aquaman, look at that. So striking, it says so much, and you could just feel the vibe of what this show would bring. I really got to put this through an AI video generator. Remind me to do that. Take a look at what Iron Man could be. Whoa, that glow on the chest, that white with the oh, the best. Spider-Man, oh my god. How about like a serial show where you cover each hero? I know we're mixing up universes here, but that's not the point. This is AI generation. Really, anything can happen. And then Thanos. That's intimidating on a whole nother level. All right, let's go back to the colorful realm with code 429474063. Dreamwave Horizon. This color palette is something else. Not quite pure orange, blue, pinks, and purples, but a beautiful blend between all of them. That cyan turquoisey blue with that muted magenta, oh man, top notch. I wish I had like a sweater or a jacket with this color palette. And look what it does with characters. Like, that's so beautiful and intricate. Look at the background. It's almost pixel art in the way. Like, if you look really close, you're gonna see individual squares that make up the rest of the photo. From a distance, they definitely blend together, but again, when you look up close, it gives off a different vibe. Like, oof, that's stunning. I tried some superheroes again, and look at Iron Man here. That blocky nature to the armor, like, that's so cool. And then you add on the happy color palette. You got something cooking here. That's so unreal. And then that picture of Thanos is just wild. Maybe I just like it because that blue might be my favorite. I don't know, you can let me know what you think. Now you might know that I post these codes over on social media like Twitter and Instagram, but I don't think I've posted this one yet, so here's a little sneak peek for you. My number one undisputed favorite, this code's going in the Hall of Fame, considered one of the GOATs. It is code 181-575-5478, and that will get you the Quantum Dynasty style. I think it's the perfect name for this look, and I cannot get enough. The intricacies, the color palette, the contrast between the dark and the shiny gold. Oh man, stunning, worth way more than 1,000 words. Just a simple prompt like Batman in a wide aspect ratio, and you can get all of that. Like, what are we talking about here? Look at the intricacies on his suit and his cape, how it breaks away from the gray into the gold. Whoa. Depending on your prompt, it could add a blue like this. Like, oh man, does that stand out. And wow, is that one of my favorite pictures ever? Like, absolutely. Is it because of that shiny blue glow? There's a good chance, but also the depth of this armor and the weight of it, how it folds so perfectly over the muscle, and the shape of the helmet, like everything about that warrior, whatever you want to call this subject, just the coolest thing I've ever seen. I really recommend using the upscaler with this code. It just solidifies the design that much more. This code can be really cool when you add in a character reference. Like, what am I even looking at here? Same with that, like, oh, that's beautiful. Even that one as well. Oh, I can't get enough. And there you have it. There's my top 10 style codes that I think you have to try. There's a catalog of all 64 available for free in the description below. I can't wait to see what you all come up with, and if you want some more Midjourney tips, you should check out this video. I hope you're doing well, take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.